It feels as though most of the guidebook level content we come across when it pertains to Tarkov always seems to be a piece of the puzzle. A snippet here, a piece there, but never really an option to draw a complete or near to complete picture. In this series of videos, I'm aspiring to put together the intricacies of Tarkov into simplified tips, tactics, and strategies that are easy to implement and understand. Hi, my name is Onepeg MG. Welcome to episode 2 of my Tarkov for Dummies series, The First Raid, Part 2.
Thank you, Fedriz, for the donation to kill our boy King.
Damn it!
Next on our list is movement. The most common mistake that a new and even experienced player make is that they tend to sprint too much. There are two major problems with this. Number one, yes, you move faster, but you also make a lot more noise. And two, your stamina bar is not infinite. Running steps are loud. They can be heard from nearly twice as far away as normal jogging steps. Remember, in Tarkov, any noise you make is something that someone else can hear. The majority of the time someone will spend in a raid is spent listening to their surroundings, anything that they can hear to gain an idea of where anyone else is so that they can react accordingly. Try to be the person that hears instead of the person being heard. Both the use of caps lock, by default pressing caps toggles a minimum walk state and a maximum walking state, and the mouse wheel, which by default is a dynamic reduction and acceleration of walking movement speed, is something that every player should become accustomed to as soon as they possibly can. Force yourself to utilize this mechanic. Rule number 4. Sound in Tarkov is king. Hear more than you make. Listen to your surroundings and keep a mental note of what you hear and from what direction. When you sprint, or if you are standing or crouching and ADS with a rifle, your stamina bar will slowly deplete. If your stamina bar goes into the red zone, your character will start to breathe more heavily. If you were already sprinting, the game will allow you to keep doing so until it empties and then forces you to walk. However, if you're already in the red, you cannot begin to newly sprint, you cannot jump, and your aim will start to become a bit more shaky. After a 2 to 3 second delay, once you stop sprinting or ADSing, your stamina bar will begin to refill again. If you are utilizing melee, a stamina bar in the red will not allow you to swing your weapon. Without the ability to sprint, you could very well be easy pickings for anyone aiming at you. So, conserve your stamina whenever possible. If you're blindsided in an engagement, sprint to a cover location. Assess where you are in relation to the angle you are fired from at, and attempt to recover your health from status effects if you need to. Then, try to work out a strategic plan of re-engagement or retreat. If you're like Cheeky and did the smart thing in only bringing an inexpensive pistol while you learn, chances are you're gonna be under-geared compared to that of your opponent. But, since you preserved your stamina, you have a solid 45 to 60 seconds of sprinting time to try to reposition yourself for a more calculated approach or retreat. Without the ability to sprint, you're likely going to be in a world of hurt, and someone will be thanking you for your donation in short order. Rule number 5, preserve your stamina. You make less noise, and you'll need that movement when it really matters. I want to make mention of the Scav Run. As a player early on, I never ever would use my Scav cooldown. I realized later how much of a huge mistake this is. You should play your Scav on cooldown every single time you see it's available. It doesn't matter if you're on a roll with your PMC and you got yourself a ton of amazing gear in the last few raids. Play the Scav. Do this for 2 reasons. Number 1, it gives you the ability to play with items and weapons that you may not have used at this point, thus forcing you into unfamiliar situations and making you a more well-rounded player. And number 2, you don't have to worry about losing gear that ever cost you anything. A halfway decent scav run where you pick up another gun, a bag full of random stuff, and a piece of body armor if parted out and sold to the right people, more on that in another video in this series, will net you somewhere between 75 and 250,000 rubles. You quite literally never know what you'll find. Sometimes you'll find 4 or 5 other players that ended up trade killing each other. And you'll take a gear collection from all of those people, whatever it is that you can carry, along with their dog tags. It happens all the time. Just like in any of your PMC runs, the first bunch of times you try it, you're likely going to die. Remember, it's a learning process. Rule number 6, scav run every single cooldown. It will benefit you in every single way. And finally, I want to talk about Tarkov's unforgiving nature. As I mentioned in my introductory video, you're going to get frustrated. Really frustrated. Don't quit. If you can get your hands on a 4,000 ruble pistol, you're lethal. If you have a scav run and can't only get out but with a gun or two, you're still back in business. Every single gun in this game has the potential to take out the most geared individuals in this game. If you get frustrated, take a break. Play something else. Watch some TV, but come back. Keep working at it and get your vengeance. I should also mention here that Tarkov is not a game that is necessarily designed to be played by yourself. There are many, many communities between the Tarkov forums, several Discord groups, and the Tarkov Reddit that will help you find other people that are at the same stage, or potentially even people that know significantly more about the game than you do and can help you learn as you go. The game is exponentially easier when you play with friends, as long as you work on something coordinated. Rule number 7, don't quit. Persevere, and you'll find yourself ahead of the curve. And I should say rule 7A, play with friends. So the first video in this series I made ended up getting over 1,000 views in a single day. That is 30 times faster growth in viewership than any video I've made to date. My subscription numbers doubled in a 24-hour period, which is absolutely amazing. I want to thank you all for your feedback, and I'm overjoyed that the community has found this content valuable to them so far. Please let me know if there's anything that I missed, and I'll be sure to add it to the next one. These videos are a labor of love, and I want to be able to keep producing them. So please, if you find this content valuable, help out this channel by subscribing, and please come visit me on Twitch, follow, and hell, even subscribe sometime if you find the content there entertaining. The story of a new player like Cheeky is a common one, almost like a rite of passage. At this point, it's probably a meme. Hopefully, through learning via videos like this one, we can all benefit the community by sharing this information with newer players and help them become as proficient as the most veteran players among us, albeit just a little bit faster. In the next video in the series, we're going to focus on sound. What kinds of different sounds there are, why they matter, and how you can identify and track a target based on sounds that they make. I'm Onepeg MG. Thanks again for watching episode 2 of Tarkov for Dummies.